What's up? It's me, Hard 8 Times. True for YouTube, your favorite commentator's favorite commentator. Yeah! What's up, people? What's going on?
Yo, and it's your boy, B Fife, the host of the Blast Room, and on Blast, bringing you the Bottom Line Reviews. This is the first review that we gonna collab on, and you know which one it is. You see the title right there, don't you? Dead Space 2.
Dead Space 2.
So,
yeah.
Hey, you was the one that got it first, Hard 8. So why don't you go ahead and lead us off real quick? What you think?
I got it the first day it dropped because I was really into the first one, man. The first one was real hot. It came out of left field because a lot of people didn't know about it. I didn't know about it, you know what I mean? So the demo popped up and I was like, damn, I'm gonna check that joint out. I usually check out all demos. So I, downloaded the demo and I was really into the demo. That was another game I was playing like I owned it. So once the full game came out, I went and got that. And the first Dead Space was pretty good, man. It was real scary and all that. So Dead Space 2
I personally
was a
thought
given.
that was pretty predictable. The first game, I hated the first Dead Space, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't get that. I just don't understand that. And you know what? That just boggles my mind till this day. I mean, I know you told me that before, but I do not understand how you did not like the Dead Space, the first Dead Space.
Because it's very simple. The problem that I had with it was, one, the controls I thought was way too clunky. They misused the LB and the RB. I don't remember what they used it for, but I think that the LB was run or something stupid like that.
LB
you know
was
what I'm saying?
The run. It was fine. It was fine.
Nah, man. Who uses the bumpers to run? I mean, what game uses the bumpers to run? Two, another thing was that dude Isaac, the main character. I mean, he moves so slow, and most people wasn't used to that. I wasn't used to it, and it was just like, I mean, I get what they was doing. They tried to make Isaac feel like this big, heavy, clunky dude, but when you got all these guys coming at you, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, I could see where they're going with that, but I just personally didn't like that. And then the final thing that just really broke the straws back was, I thought the AI programming was terrible in that. I mean, you knew exactly once you walked past a vent, you walk down a hallway, you know what I'm saying, the music start playing, and then you look at a vent, pow, there goes a necromax or whatever they call it.
Necromorph.
Negative. Necromorphs, yeah.
That's highly on the negative. That is not true. The AI was good. It definitely had parts that would scare you that you didn't know was coming. You thought it was coming, but it didn't come when you thought it was coming. You feel me? So I would have to say I'm highly on the negative right there. The game was supposed to be clunky like that, just like the original Resident Evil, because it's survival horror. You're not supposed to be able to get out of a jam so easy. You're supposed to be struggling and trying to, scramble for safety. You feel me? That was the whole thing.
And that's the other thing. See, we opening up a whole new can of worms, because I don't even like the Resident Evils, man. I mean, I'm real quick on the Resident Evils. How you hey Joey, but now check this out. How you pull out a gun and can't move? How you pull out a gun and can't move, man?
That's
I mean, what is that?
Hold on, first of all,
that's strategy. That's stupidity.
You didn't like the original Resident Evil?
Man, I'm a fool with Resident Evil.
Resident
man. Ever
Evil
since
2?
they I call it the human turret syndrome. You know what I'm saying? You pull out your gun and all you can do is spin around in the same spot like a turret gun. You know what I'm saying? I'm all good with that.
Man, Resident Evil, the first and second one is one of the best of the franchise. I don't understand how you did not like Resident Evil. See, now that all explains it. Man. First of all, now back to Dead Space. Isaac is wearing this metal suit. Like, the shit is metal and it's rusty and all that. How fast do you expect a man to run and move in a metal-ass suit? Like RoboCop.
I agree.
You ain't see RoboCop running around.
I understand that.
So
However, again, my first argument was the fact that the controls was clunky. Now, if they probably would have, changed the controls or allowed you to have the option to change the controls, yeah, maybe I might have got into it. And I get the fact that it's heavier. You know what I'm saying? The suit is heavy and whatnot. But I just wasn't feeling it. So that's just the bottom line with that. The bottom line.
all right. So what do you think about Dead Space 2?
Dead Space 2. Okay. So since I hated Dead Space 1, and now we're talking about Dead Space 2, I have to let you know, first of all, I picked it up on the PS3. And the reason why I picked it up on the PS3 was because I personally like single player games on the PS3. Even though it has multiplayer, that's not the main feature, but I picked it up on the PS3. Okay? And plus my 360 I was having some issues, but we'll get into that another time. But Dead Space 2. Huh? Go ahead.
The multiplayer is terrible. I think they should have just left that out. It's terrible. I think it should have been more. It should have been more necromorphs than humans. It should have been like 10 against 5. Because when I'm a human, I go like 15-1, 15-2. But when I'm a necromorph, I go like 2-15 because it's so hard to get close to the human. You see them coming a mile away. All you got to do is point your gun. That. They go down. That's over. You know what I'm saying? I think the multiplayer was done poorly.
I could agree. I would agree with you. I would agree with you on that. Yeah, to give the advantage to the necromorphs. I would give it. I would say that too. I would agree too. But I have seen some games where just the way it is, people are beasting. But I think you know what? I'm not even sure. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but is there like AI bots in there for the necromorphs? Because it feels like there'd be a lot more necromorphs than there is.
No.
Than there is Isaac.
That's because they spawning so much. It seems like it's a lot, but you spawn like pretty much right away. So it might seem like there's more necromorphs or AI, but no, they're straight 5-on-5.
But I never see their name though. You know what I'm saying? You know how you can see their name like right here. You can see the name over the person. Yeah, like you can see my name, but I never see the name on top.
You wasn't paying attention.
Watch.
You gotta get off that black and white and get yourself an HD TV. You'll be able to see everything.
You're a fool. But seriously though, Dead Space 2, I'm saying the game is hot. I like the game. Dead Space 2, I hated Dead Space 1 again, but Dead Space 2 is hot. The controls are definitely there for me. I'm liking the fact
that they feel the same, so I don't understand how you. I mean, it's a little bit more
faster.
fluent, but the controls are the same.
Exactly.
LB is still to run, and
no,
all that.
No, it is not. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, my bad. I'm playing it on PS3. So you playing it on Xbox. So that could be a little discrepancy right there. But my point is this: I think the controls feel a lot better. My man Isaac is, I can move around with your boy. The guns, they feel a little bit more. They feel better this time. I mean, I didn't mention that last time on Dead Space 1. I think the guns were kind of weird before, and I was kind of getting used to it though. But I can honestly say that Dead Space 1, I didn't give it a complete, 100%, but from what I did, I just didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? And I just wasn't gonna feel it.
You didn't give it a chance because it's damn near the same guns on part 2. It's like a couple new ones. I think it's like less than 5.
No, they added a lot of guns. They added a lot of new guns. They added a lot of new ones.
No,
they added the. Yeah, they did. Man.
I don't know what game they're playing.
Have you? How far have you gotten?
I'm still on chapter 1.
I was.
No,
well, I ain't gonna ruin it for you. I ain't gonna ruin it for you, man.
Because I was gonna do the walkthrough. That's what took me so long to play.
I'm still on chapter 1.
Yeah, I was gonna do the walkthrough, but my subs didn't want to walk through. Well, majority of the subs didn't want to walk through.
Yeah.
And majority
nobody needs
rules.
to walk through.
So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do the walkthrough. I guess they thought I was gonna do the walkthrough like everybody else that's doing the walkthrough that I seen. Basically, they're just doing a walkthrough with no commentary. Feel what I'm saying? And I was gonna do it
that's dumb.
with live commentary. So I don't think they fully understand how I was gonna bring the walkthrough. But it was gonna be a different walkthrough. It wasn't gonna be like everybody else walkthrough. You did.
You was gonna do the whole game. You was gonna do the whole game of commentary.
Yeah, the whole
That's
game.
a lot of damn. That's a lot of damn talking, man. I mean, I like you, but damn, I don't know if I want to hear your voice that much.
Hey, man. I guess the people ain't want to hear it either. That's why it ain't happening. So, you know what I mean? It's all good.
Nah, I feel you.
I
feel you. I
take the
feel
good
you.
with the bad, man. If they didn't want to see they didn't want to see a walk through a dead space. That's cool. All good.
So for me, getting back to the Dead Space 2, the bottom line for me is I love Dead Space 2. The multiplayer, I'm good with the multiplayer. I mean, I know you think it's trash or what have you, but I think it's promising. I think if they had some fresh new ideas, some fresh new modes, some fresh new maps, maybe like if they, But see, here's another thing too. Heartache, and I don't know if you really paid attention to this, but everybody can level up. Even when you're a necromorph, you can level up your thing. So maybe you playing with a bunch of noobs that just came on, and they necromorphs ain't really fully, all leveled up. So people I'm playing with, I mean, they're like level 22. They're like, they're beasting. I mean, I'm still like on level 9 or 10 or what have you. So a lot of times their melees and stuff is a lot more effective. So you got to check that out. I would advise you to look at that and see what levels that the people that you're playing with, what they're at. So
yeah, you can level up the necromorphs. That is true, but I would have to play it to level them up, and I really don't want to play it. I played it a couple times. I leveled up the man. I'm like level 4 with the human or whatever, with the Isaacs or whatever you call them. But
see, you haven't really given it a chance. I don't think you're really giving it a chance. Just like you said with Dead Space 1, I didn't really give it a chance. I think this is where you're at right now, but you still got a chance to give this a chance. So anyway, the bottom line for me is Dead Space 2 is a must buy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just how it is. And and that was the other thing. Dead Space 2 got your boy tense over here, you know what I'm saying? I only got to play a little bit at a time, you know what I'm saying, to keep my attention level down,
Yeah, that's when I was playing the first chapter, it definitely had you on the edge of your seat because you don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? And I know from part 1 what went on. You feel what I'm saying? Had me looking like a little bitch up in this joint. You know what I mean? I remember one time it got me good. It got me so good I had to pause the game and laugh for like 10 minutes. So I was like, wow, that got me. That was good. That was good.
Yeah, there was a spot in this new one that got me too. I ain't gonna ruin it for anyone, but definitely I wasn't expecting this one situation. You probably won't encounter it because it's probably, I like to do a lot of exploring, so that's all I'm really gonna say about that. But that brings up one more quick thing I want to say about Dead Space 1 though, that you just reminded me about. Another thing I didn't like was, I understand this. Don't get me wrong. I understand this, but I hated the fact that you had to go like all the way to one side of the ship to do this, and then come all the way back to just unlock. You know what I'm saying? It just reminded me of that old school, like Nintendo days where you had to run all the way over here to grab something, then run all the way over here to activate it, and then run all the way over here to flip a switch. You know what I'm saying? It was just too much walking back and forth, man.
Hey, that's how Metal Gear used to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true, and I never really did like that about Metal Gear, but still, it was just, I just felt like they didn't have that much variety, and I think that's really where I was going with Dead Space 1. But I'm definitely gonna try Dead Space 1 over again. Maybe I'll eat my words, maybe not, but
yeah,
anyway, that's the bottom line for me.
I think you will eat your words. You dig? That Jones.
Oh, is that right? Well, that's the bottom line for me. Is that the bottom line for you?
That is the bottom line for me. Go out and get it.
So,
rent it if you want, but definitely check it out.
All right, so Dead Space 2 is a thumbs up for me. Sounds like it's a thumbs up for you.
Thumbs up for you. And one more thing, if you're a little bitch, then you might not want to play Dead Space, man. That's all I got to say. But make sure you turn the volume up and you turn off the lights.
Ooh. If you a little biatch, huh? All right. It's your boy B Fife.
Hard 8 times.
Signing out with the bottom line.